Thank you, Stephen. And now I'm here with Brie Frazier from OneCourt. Hello, Brie. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
So we were just talking before, and this is your first CSUN as well?
That's correct.
How are you finding it?
It's been fantastic, meeting so many new people, reconnecting with people that have tried our device before. It's been rewarding.
Well, let's talk about that. The OneCourt device. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so at OneCourt, we're making live sports more accessible by translating live gameplay into trackable vibrations, so fans can feel the game through their fingertips.
Wow. Okay. Now this is a weird concept for me. How easy is that to pick up? So if we're talking about what sort of sports games do you cover?
So we started actually with American football and then quickly expanded into basketball, baseball, also soccer or European football. And it's been really fun to create haptics, so different types of vibrations, to convey different parts of the game. So a touchdown in football is going to feel like a different vibration than a basketball shot.
Okay, so could you describe the actual physical device to me?
Yeah, it's about the size of a tablet, so it's about 2.5 pounds, and the device can sit on a fan's lap. So on the surface of it, there's a tactile overlay or interface, and it has raised outlines for the different parts of the court or the field. So a fan can feel where the touchdown zone is versus the different yard lines. And then underneath that interface are haptic motors. And so those motors will vibrate to signal where the ball is, and so a fan can track them with their fingertips.
There must be so many of those motors in there to keep a sort of accurate position.
Absolutely. We talk about it being our resolution. So we have over 200 haptic motors underneath.
Wow, so you can be pretty pin perfect with where it is.
Yeah, exactly.
So the court lines, for example, are they hard printed onto the device itself? So do you need a separate device for a different sport?
It's a great question. We can actually swap out the interfaces for each sport. So it's one device for any sport,
right?
And then that silicone interface will just peel off and switch out.
Of course, that makes such sense. Like a screen protector, you can just put a new one on with a new template.
Exactly.
So what information does it actually show you? Does it show you player positions and the ball, or what?
So we have access to all that data, and so for us it's a choice of how much information to convey at what point in the game. So if we use basketball, for example, we're mainly just tracking the ball. And then we're giving spatial details, so where the ball is, and then event details, like is it a bounce, or is it a pass, or is it a shot? And we convey that through different haptics. And then in other sports like baseball, we're actually able to show a little bit more. So we're showing both where the pitch is coming in with the strike zone. We're showing where the players are running from base to base.
Oh, really?
And then also where the baseball is flying into the infield or the outfield after it's hit. So I would say, out of all the sports, baseball is showing the most detail at any given time.
That's amazing. So the device is sitting on the spectator's lap, but how is that device getting the information of what's happening?
So it's able to connect through Wi-Fi or 5G connectivity in the arena. So as long as it has a connection, we can be streaming that gameplay live in less than half a second. So it's real time.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
And what about faster moving sports? I mean, I'm not a sports guy. I have no idea, as you could probably tell. I have no idea how fast moving something like basketball is versus, let's say, UK soccer, football as I would call it.
Yeah.
Can it keep up with the movement of the ball?
And I mean, that's a challenge that even announcers have. We've found that when announcers are narrating the game, it's really hard to describe that spatial detail when the basketball play is moving so fast from left to right.
Yeah.
So we've found that through haptics, if fans place their palms flat on the device, they can pretty much cover the whole court. And then they can feel that ball move back and forth really quickly. So we've actually found that by pairing our audio description and our haptics, gameplay comprehension has increased by 74%.
Wow.
So we've seen a huge increase in that dual sensation to track really fast sports.
Well, that's why I said at the start and used the terrible word weird, because I was just trying to get that I don't know, that sense of movement and what's happening into a player's, not a spectator's head.
Yeah.
I mean, how quickly does someone who's using this device pick up and say, I can actually visualize it almost in my head what's happening?
Yeah, it's been really fun to share this technology with all fans. Everywhere from the super fan to someone who's never experienced a baseball or basketball game before. And the wonderful thing is that learning curve has been pretty quick, no matter how much information they know.
Yeah.
I think especially in the blind and low vision community, we've heard that touch is a really common sense to use. And so that learning curve is definitely flatter than we thought initially it would be. So I would say in a basketball game, we had a fan, her name was Ani, and she was 8 years old. And after about a few minutes of the basketball game, she didn't even want to pass the device on to her friend she was sitting with, because she was able to pick up that live play so quickly.
It must make such a difference. I mean, I mentioned I'm not a sports fan, but that may be just because I've never felt like I could participate before. But this changes all that, right?
Well, that's a great point. I think at OneCourt, we believe that sports is for everyone. And so a big part of our work is welcoming folks into that sport community and showing them that sport can be for them through a new way to experience the game.
Fantastic. So does is this an individual that would purchase this, or is this something that the arena would supply, for example?
Currently, we're offering them directly in-game. So we're working with the sports teams and the venues to have these devices available at guest services. So a fan can check it out for free of cost and enjoy it at a live game. And then later this year, we'll be launching the at-home experience.
Oh,
so
really?
A fan can purchase the device and feel the game from the comfort of their home, which we've heard that sometimes that's a more accessible experience. And then fans can watch games every night.
That sounds fun. Yeah, because of course there may be mobility issues that make it impossible to get to the arena in the first place, and being able to do that would be amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
That is so cool. So where is this rolled out to? Where could someone actually go to a game and experience this for themselves?
So within the NBA Basketball League, we've partnered with the Portland Trailblazers. They were our first launch team. And then after that, we brought on the Sacramento Kings and the Phoenix Suns. So those are our 3 NBA teams right now. And we've done that in partnership with Ticketmaster. So they've actually sponsored these devices to be in venue at no cost to fans.
Fantastic. Okay. Brie, that sounds amazing. If people want to find out more, where can they go?
They can visit our website. We are at OneCourt.io. That's ONECOURT.io. And on our website, there's lots of information about our activations across the NBA, and also an opportunity to join our waitlist, so they can be the first to find out about devices being offered at home.
Amazing. Brie, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Back to Stephen.